It's an honor to be here with a truly inspiring personality, someone dedicated to spirituality and serving the society. Sri Ananta Bhagavan Das, a temple council member, legal head and public relations, chairman of the ISKCON Newtown Master Plan Committee, and founder of the Monk Mentor, helping countless individuals and professionals lead a balanced and meaningful life. Prabhuji, we are so thankful for you to give us this time and this precious time to share your experience with us. We are already inspired by your story, and we would like to know how exactly someone can put this spirituality into action.
Spirituality, Krishna says in Gita, Yadyad Acharati Sreshtas Tattat Deve Tarojana, which means that whatever an exemplary leader does, common people follow. So it's important that the spirituality is presented in a way that leaders can accept it and leaders accept it, because that's what can make difference to the common lives of common men. And that's what, see, even if you see within our community, we see there are many individuals in our community who come. They may be from different walks of life.
Yes.
And some are from very well-to-do families, very well-to-do professions, and they come, they accept the principles of spirituality, and they experience a transformation in their lives.
Yes.
One such example is Alfred Ford. You might have heard about it.
Yes. Yes.
Alfred Ford is a great grandson of Henry Ford.
Mhm.
So he's and he was the director of Ford companies,
Mhm.
and he has accepted spirituality, and he has been practicing spirituality from past 50 years or so.
Yes, absolutely.
So, and seeing him, many more people who in corporate sector, they have started accepting it, imbibing it.
Yes.
And seeing their example, many more people have started getting benefited out of it. So, and in the current day world, we can see that how much corporate leaders, they make a difference to common men.
Absolutely.
The laws they make, or the employment they offer, or different ways by which they can make a tremendous difference to the common man. So if they accept spirituality, because spirituality is about an inner connection which we have with God, which nourishes us, and it not only nourishes us, but it also makes us an individual by which it makes us an individual by which we can serve the humanity and serve others.
Yes.
So this is the leaders, if they accept it, then by their example, common men will also be able to follow it.
So, Prabhuji, what inspired you to blend the spirituality with leadership and the corporate training programs?
I'll give one more example.
Yes.
There is one more, Purushottam Goyalji.
Mhm.
You know, he's a Forbes listed millionaire.
Yes.
He has 3,000 crore business, and he's also an active practitioner of spirituality, and also very successful businessman. And his business is ever expanding. And it's a role model for everyone to follow. We see that he himself, finds that satisfaction. He himself sees how spirituality is affecting his own life and how it is acting as a transformation in others' lives.
Yes.
And seeing him, many others also practice it, and many others also get inspired by it. So, being a leader is a great responsibility.
Yes.
Why? Because many people look up to us and they want to follow us. So, whatever we accept, whatever we imbibe, uh, whatever choices we make, people people also imbibe those choices. People also take those choices, apply those choices in their lives. So therefore, we felt that this spirituality should be blended with corporate people, so that they themselves get benefited, and that's how common men, and that's how the employees, and they are the leaders, and many others get benefited like that.
I suppose that it does not only help with the corporate ethics and corporate program, it also helps that individual developing that inner personality in such a way that there should be a feeling towards serving a society.
Yeah, yeah, surely. Yes. Corporate ethics is surely there. That is surely there. Like we follow the two principles as far as corporate ethics are concerned: earn with integrity, spend with compassion. So that is surely there. Apart from that, as an individual, uh, we need the greatest requirement for an individual is satisfaction.
Yes, absolutely.
So people are looking for happiness. People are looking for happiness, and they're trying different means. So they try to get it through different objects. They try to get it through money. They try to get it through fame. They try to get it through um, different ways and means. And all these are required. I'm not denying all that.
Yes.
But what satisfies our heart internally is that inner connection.
Yes.
So unless and until that inner connection is made, all these different objects, though they are there, they do not give us the true satisfaction.
Yes.
So it's essential to make that inner connection. And if leaders make that inner connection, common men also follow it.
Absolutely. So, Prabhuji, what are the biggest misconceptions about spirituality, especially in the corporate world? And how do you respond to those who do not believe that spirituality can take place or it has any place in business?
Yeah, one of the biggest misconceptions is that it is irrelevant. Another is it is impractical. And another popular misconception is that we have to renounce everything in order to become a spiritualist.
Yes.
One misconception is that it compromises on our profits.
Okay.
So these are some of the misconceptions. So let me tell you, Bhagavad Gita, it was spoken on a battlefield.
Yes.
And it was spoken to the military commander of a vast army. It was not spoken to a sannyasi or a renunciate or something like that.
Yes.
Spirituality is most applicable to those who are, uh, it is certainly applicable to renunciates. It's also equally applicable to those who are running their businesses, running their families, doing studies, whatever. All the prominent spiritual leaders, like for example Mahatma Gandhi, is also a great spiritualist.
Yes, bro.
Nelson Mandela, he used to take, he had a spiritual guru, and he used to take regular guidance from his spiritual guru. So all these different personalities whom we can see, they have been benefited in their lives, and they passed it on to the society. So even in our community, we see that there are many, that the fraction of the renunciates are only just a fraction of our community.
Yes.
Most of the members of our community are householders.
Yes.
And they have their families, they are students, they're working, they're running businesses, they may be politicians as well. So different things they do. And at the same time, practice spirituality as well. Because spirituality is about our inner connection.
Yes.
And once that inner connection, we are strongly grounded in that inner connection. So depending on the call which we get from our inner connection, and depending on the environment, depending on the time, place, and circumstances, we apply the spirituality as per the guidance we get from scriptures, different teachings, and teachings from spiritual minded people. So we apply it in that way, and those who apply it, they get benefited as well.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's how they make a difference in their own lives, and they make a difference in others' lives. So one misconception, as I was saying, is that spirituality may compromise on our profits. So Chanakya says that wealth creates wealth, and if wealth can create wealth if proper principles are applied. So integrity is one very important principle.
Yes.
Spending with compassion is one very important principle. So generally, businesses used to be run in a way that the society is benefited.
Yes.
Like for example, Tatas.
Mhm.
The very reason Tatas have started their business is for helping the nation, developing the
Absolutely.
nation.
That we have seen. We have observed how much Ratan Tata sir.
66% of the Tata shares are owned by charitable organizations.
Yes.
Tata Trust. 66% of Tata Sons shares are owned by Tata Trust, which are charitable organizations.
Yes, bro.
So the very business they are running is for the sake of upliftment of society. So we have our examples. The best example is within India. There are many other companies, or Microsoft also, and many other companies all over the world. But within our own India, they are the biggest contributors to charity, and they are also biggest businessmen.
Yes, absolutely. They are successful in their field.
Yeah. So traditionally businesses are run with this motive of nation building and community building and as service to God. And they are also and they also make a lot of profits. And that's how businesses they go on for generations to come, and they keep building over generations to come.
So, Prabhuji, you have been conducting these sessions or programs for individuals as well as for professionals. How do you think this spirituality, this part, helps any leadership quality to build any leadership quality?
So we have soft skills, and we have skills which we need for our work. Like for example, nowadays the trending topics are cloud computing is a trending topic.
Yes.
Artificial intelligence is a trending topic. So we need programming skills for all these things, and we have to acquire them, no doubt. But then there are some soft skills which are connected to our inner heart, and they are connected to our inner soul. So unless and until we make an inner connection ourselves, we'll not be able to develop those soft skills. Like for example, courage.
Yes.
If there is something wrong happening in society, it takes courage to stand up for it.
Yes.
Humility. It takes humility to appreciate others' contribution in our life.
Yes.
It takes humility to appreciate God's contribution in our life. Gratitude. It takes gratitude to acknowledge and be grateful for others' contribution in our lives. So like that. So there are some soft skills and there are some hard skills. So the hard skills are grosser, and we can acquire them by studying, and they take some time duration, they take some intelligence. But soft skills are related to our inner connection.
Yes.
And they can be nurtured only by practice. One of the best ways is by practicing spirituality. Otherwise, it's very difficult to nurture them. And so, therefore, it's important, it's vital and essential to get connected to spirituality to enhance those soft skills. Now, these soft skills actually make a difference in our life, because uh, programming language, it comes, it stays for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, some years, and
Yes.
then goes away. It keep changing. Or some technology, it comes, changes after some time. Similarly, different trending things, they change. The market keeps changing.
Yes.
But the attitude is something which keeps, which stays with us throughout life. And the best way to nourish that attitude and develop that attitude is by connecting to spirituality.
But then, Prabhuji, there is so much of uncertainty in life, like uncertainty of health, wealth, job stability, and there is so much of stress. So, how can any individual or professional develop that kind of mindset, correct mindset or balanced mindset that can ensure a success without stress? Definitely, stress is like inevitable. It's there.
Yeah, very true. There are a lot of uncertainties. There are a lot of uncertainties and there are some certainties as well.
Yes.
So we need both in our life. If our life is full of certainties, it becomes bored. We'll become bored with it. If our life is totally uncertain, it goes haywire. So there are some certainties which we should keep focusing upon. So there are especially three things, which we need to focus upon. First is our inner connection.
Mhm.
That is totally dependent upon the individual. And good friends.
Yes.
It's easy to get many friends, but to get good friends who are there with us through thick and thin,
Hmm.
very difficult. So we have to put that energy and time to get good friends.
And sometimes it's tough to identify.
Yeah, it's tough to identify. So we have to put that time and energy to identify. And see, this trust it keeps building.
Yes.
Hmm. So imagine if we feel that someone is a prospective friend, so we keep some trust in him or her, and then as it keeps increasing, we keep building our trust in him or her.
Yes.
So, but we should put that energy, time and energy in getting good friends, building good friendships, and contribution to society, irrespective of whatever we are doing, how much our resources we have, we should keep contributing to society. So these three things are certainties. Of course, that amount of time and energy may keep varying. I'm not denying on that. But then these are some certainties which keep us grounded and which keep us connected to a higher reality. And that helps us to tackle uncertainties which come in our life. So the point I'm trying to make is that irrespective of the highs and lows we go through, if we have some certainties in our life, if our connection with God is strong, our inner connection is strong, if we have good friends in our life who associate with us irrespective of our highs and lows, and who have the trust in us irrespective of our highs and lows, and we have an attitude of contributing to the society, then that makes a difference in our lives.
There is a statement, Prabhuji, that bad times shows you like a true friend. You can identify good people in your bad time. Do you believe in that? Like, does it actually works?
Yeah, true. But we need not wait for bad time to show who is a true friend.
Absolutely.
There is also a statement in Indian Army. It's something like this, that sweat more during peacetime
Yes.
so that you can bleed less during war.
Absolutely.
So if we put the time and energy, invest that time and energy when we are peaceful to get good friends. So during bad times also they stay with us.
Yes.
But during good times, so-called good times, if we just don't put attention to these things, having good friends, good association, having a strong inner connection, Then during bad times, we have to bleed.
Yes. Prabhuji, spiritual wisdom or strategic thinking. What do you think? Like, as per your point of view, what makes a great leader in today's world?
Both. Strategic thinking, it deals more with resources. Like, for example, we need people, we need money, we need network, we need contacts, and we need many other resources. And spiritual thinking, it deals with the inner connection and the inner qualities which we have, the spiritual qualities which we have, like humility, courage, confidence, devotion, faith, integrity. So all these qualities. So to be a great leader, one needs to apply these resources in a way that people are benefited.
Yes.
All the great leaders whom you name, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, all these different great leaders. So they have a strong spiritual connect as well as they are very good strategizers. And they have applied the strategy to with a spiritual outlook for the benefit of society. It becomes a great harm to the society if someone is very greedy, very proud, or very jealous. If he becomes a leader and he controls the resources, he or she, because then they would want to harm others, they would want to aggrandize themselves, they would want to put themselves as the number one in society. But if the resources are utilized in a way that the resources benefit the common mankind, then that is the best way by which we can actually make this world a better place.
Yes.
So all the evils which we see, many of the evils which we see in the present day world, is because the strategizers, they do not accept spirituality, and therefore they are moved by their instincts of being proud or greed or jealous or something like that. And therefore there is so much conflict and disharmony and so many problems. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that if we keep him in the center, then there would be peace. Just like I'll give an example. Imagine you're putting pebbles in water, in a lake.
Yes.
You put one pebble, it creates ripples, concentric ripples. You put another pebble in another place, it creates concentric ripples. And both of the ripples, they clash with each other. Imagine you keep putting pebbles in the same place. The concentric ripples keep increasing, right? So similarly, if the center is spirituality and the center is God, and the resources are used in a way to benefit the mankind, to benefit everyone, to benefit all living entities, in fact, because climate change is a big cause of concern nowadays. So if the resources are used in a way to benefit the mankind and to benefit the environment and to benefit all living entities, then that is the best way by which the world can be governed.
Absolutely.
So strategizers are the people who deserve spirituality the most. So in order to be an effective leader, we need both spirituality and strategic thinking. If you're a good spiritualist but do not have a strategic thinking, then you're satisfied yourself. And 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 anyone who comes and tries to follow you, they will get benefited as well. But if you want to if you want to benefit in a greater sense, in a
On a bigger
broader
scale.
on a broader platform, then we need resources and we need strategic thinking to utilize those resources in a spiritualized manner. So we need both.
Yes. So you spoke about the conflicts, Prabhuji. Like conflict can be anywhere, personal, in personal domain, or as well as on in a professional domain. So does this spirituality helps any individual to resolve or navigate through this conflict, to handle a conflict in a
Yes,
better
yes,
way?
very well. I'll give an example. So when I was working with Computer Sciences Corporation.
Hmm.
So when I was working, our client was Zurich. Zurich is a famous company. It's Switzerland based.
Yes.
So they were the client, they were giving us different expectations, and they were giving us timelines by which we can meet and all that. But there is some lack of clarity in their expectations and timelines and all that. So our team lead, he was urging us that yes, there is some lack of clarity in their expectations and timelines and all these things. But still, you have to perform in a way, because they keep changing. Also, that is another problem. But you have to perform in a way that they are satisfied. So one of the developers in our team, he had difference with the team lead. He said, "Arey, we can't work like this." So the team lead started emphasizing, "Arey, you have to understand the problem. If we do not perform, irrespective of their misclarity of expectations and this and that, irrespective of the problems, there is Wipro waiting."
Yes, absolutely.
So you are saying that we have to negotiate with them and all that, but Wipro is waiting for them. They will not wait for us.
Absolutely.
So the developer, he had a strong difference of opinion. He said, "No, we can't work like this." So there was a conflict. Now I'll tell you the problem. The problem started here, but then it eventually landed up becoming much more worse.
Okay.
Worse in the sense that the team lead started saying, "Arey, you want to go out of the company, therefore you are trying to look out for some fault." So therefore he started finding, in this way he started finding faults with this person. The developer started saying, "You are getting some incentives from them, therefore you are favoring them, and even when it is beyond reason."
Yes.
So in this way they started finding faults with each other instead of focusing on the problem. So it was becoming a conflict kind of. So anyway, I was also part of the team. So I said, "See, I see there is a problem here, but then the greater problem is you started trying to find faults with the person instead of focusing on the problem."
Yes.
Okay, he may be getting incentives, but he may be getting what he's supposed to get, and he may be looking out for other jobs. But many people look for many jobs here and there.
Absolutely.
So there's nothing wrong with it. So why don't we focus on while being a detached observer? Both of them, they were attached to the problem. Here is that they were attached to their opinion, and they were wanting to have it in some particular way, and therefore they started finding faults with other faults which have nothing to do with the problem.
Eventually, no one was trying to solve the problem.
Yeah. So being a detached observer, Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita being a detached observer. The whole one of the main focuses is on being a detached observer. So when we had a discussion in this way, then they said, okay. So then we came to a solution. Okay, so let us do two things. One, let us talk with the client. Imagine if they say that they have a shortcoming by which they can't give clearer expectations. So then we will talk with the team whether they would want to work with this kind of working or they would not want to work. So that is one option. Another option is if the client is ready to give clearer expectations, he may be happy with our work, and he may be, there could be just communication gap. So let us explore these two options. And then we spoke with the client, and client understood, and then after that, he started giving clearer expectations, and the problem got resolved. The point I'm trying to make is that, so here in this particular circumstance, spirituality surely has helped, because it is Gita, it teaches about being a detached observer.
Absolutely.
So this is one of the few instances which I have spoken. So Yes, spirituality has a role to play in both these conflicts as well.
So sometimes, Prabhuji, this conflict, maybe it is a result of imbalanced work-life balance. Like people are not able to balance the personal life or the professional life, and maybe due to the time management also. So how does this spirituality help in maintaining a proper work-life balance?
There are four wheels upon which our vehicle runs. Imagine any vehicle. If one of the wheels is dysfunctional, can it run?
No, absolutely.
So all the four wheels are important. So what is the first wheel? The first wheel is connection with God.
Okay.
So we need a connection, strong connection with God. So some time in our day, we need exclusive connect with God,
Okay.
undisturbed, and we have to put the time and energy for it. Second wheel is good relationships, family, spouse, friends, neighbors, whomsoever, society, whomsoever. So relationships which are centered on, which are centered around God and which are centered around being kind to the society, serving the society. Relationships not centered about around. Okay, we may have relationships which are also centered, business relationships which are also centered around profit and what gain we get and what gain the other person get. It's fine. I'm not denying all that. But when I'm speaking about this wheel, I'm referring to such relationships which are centered around uh, helping others, irrespective of whether they are successful or failure or something like that.
Okay.
And similarly, identifying such friends and such relationships, uh, irrespective of whatever situation we are in. So this is the second wheel of life. Third wheel of life is professional life. We need a good engagement. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Guna Karma Vibhagasha. So he says that we have guna, we have karma, we have both. So guna has to be properly engaged or karma has to be properly engaged. So either of them, if it is not properly engaged, that creates a problem. Guna means the attitude and the skill set.
Skill set.
So these, and karma refers to grosser skill set.
Or the execution part.
Yeah. So both have to be engaged effectively. If they are not engaged effectively, that creates a vacuum. And the fourth wheel is contribution to society. So while we maintain ourselves, maintain our family, we also contribute something to the society.
Absolutely, Prabhuji. Few people they say that I'm not still stable. I don't have that enough money. I have still to acquire more, or I'm still struggling. How can I serve to society? So, what could be the possibilities in this situation?
Yeah, we are speaking of an attitude to serve. Of course, uh, the Mahatma Gandhi says there is enough for everyone's need, but there is not enough for one man's greed.
Yes.
So we also have to see, how our life is. There is no denial on that. But the point I'm trying to make is an attitude to serve. Sometimes it may so happen that depending upon our family scenario and the situation we are in, and so sometimes there could be too many obstacles for us to contribute. That's fine. We can contribute whatever little we can. That's fine. That's acceptable. I'm not denying on that. But then when God gives us, we should be ready to do.
Absolutely.
Hmm. So sometimes when we are in a situation where we are not still like, I'll give an example from scriptures. Yudhishthir, when he was the king of the world,
Mhm.
every day he was serving thousands and millions of people. When he was exiled, he didn't have anything, and all the people were around him. He was thinking, what can I do? I don't have any resources. So, but the point I'm trying to make is he had that attitude to serve. Of course, he prayed to Sun God and he got Akshay Patra, and that's how he started serving everyone. So now we may not be so great, and so, but the point I'm trying to make is that the attitude to serve. So sometimes God gives us a lot, so then we should give back to the society.
Yes.
And sometimes it may be we may have less. That's okay, but we keep that attitude to serve.
Absolutely. Okay, so Prabhuji, many individuals they feel that spirituality is connected with any specific religion, or rather, I should also say that there are many people those who associate ISKCON with Hindu traditional only. So, how do your programs welcome people from different faith and religions?
So God has many names and many forms. Some people call him Jehovah. Some people call him Allah. Some people call him Ram. We call him Krishna. So all these different religions, the essence of their teachings is love God and love humanity. Bible what it says, love thy neighbor as thyself. The word Islam means submission to God. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraj, surrender unto me. So the essence of all religions is same. Now there could be difference in details. That's because they are applied according to time, place, circumstances. Like Jesus Christ himself, he says that when he says himself says that I have a lot more to speak, but depending upon time, place, and circumstances and the people involved, I'm giving you something which you can digest.
Yes.
So, and some other places, a little more is described. So, or a little less is described. So, therefore, it appears that they are contradictory because they have been applied as per time, place, and circumstances in different scenarios like that. So, we try to pick the essence.
Okay.
If you see, you'll be surprised to hear that Prabhupada, when he went to America, so he started spreading this message of love of Godhead. And after he left this world, most of our leaders, 90% of our leaders, were either from Jewish or Christian tradition.
Yes.
And ISKCON is spread all over the world. If you go to Russia, Ukraine, you have thousands, millions of devotees practicing spirituality. India, and then many other countries, different countries all over the world, even in many Muslim countries as well. So, Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, Aham Bija Pradapita, I am the seed giving father for all living entities. So, he does not say I am seed giving father only for Indians, or he doesn't say I am seed giving father for only Hindus, or Muslims, or Christians, or something like that. So, God has many names, God has many forms, and different people worship him as per what inspires them and what they are comfortable with. So we worship God as Krishna, and we welcome everyone, and we welcome everyone irrespective of whatever faith, irrespective of whatever belief one may follow. But they can appreciate the teachings of Gita, which are universal, and that's how it is a open platform for everyone. So spirituality is a concept, but in order to become spiritually minded, we also need religion to help us.
Yes.
So now different religions have the essential teachings They are applying it in a way by which they can approach God through their particular religion, which is fine. The essential teachings, the spiritual teachings, are common for all religions.
Absolutely.
And now there are differences among religions also. I'm not focusing on that. I'm speaking about the commonality and the essence of all these religions. And in order to gain the realization of those essential teachings, we also have to imbibe the religious teachings which are offered by along with the spiritual teachings.
Yes.
Now we can choose a path. We can choose a path. And religion, as I was saying, these spiritual teachings are applied as per time, place, and circumstances. In scriptures, they speak about desh, kal, patra.
Okay.
देश काल पात्र के अनुसार दिया जाता है. So they are applied according to time, place, circumstances. So philosophy and religion both are important.
Few people, like there is a category, those who don't believe in any religion, like atheist. They don't believe in any faith, any religion and all. How exactly your program can convince them to be part of uh, this teaching?
See, irrespective of whether we believe in a religion or not, everyone is a soul. Everyone is a human being, a living entity who has a soul, who is a soul, and he needs that connection, and he or she needs that satisfaction in their life. So spirituality is a means by which we can connect to ourselves.
Mhm.
Even if, let us say, we do not believe in God. First of all, I am myself a strong believer of God. But just I'm saying, even if someone is not a believer in God, still, in order to know about our own self and our own connect to our own self, spiritual teachings can help us a lot.
Yes.
And that can give a lot of satisfaction to ourselves and make our own. Imagine if you enter, I'll give you an example. If you enter a room, everything is unorganized. Yeah, this temple has some ink fallen upon it, and there are books lying here and there in that locker. Uh, you don't feel like sitting there and working.
Yes. Absolutely.
Our inner conscience is also like that. It has to be organized. So, in order to be able to organize that inner conscience, we need strength.
And little bit of guidance as well.
Yeah. So, we need strength and we need guidance from those people who have that strength.
Yes.
And that's how we can develop that inner strength. So, irrespective of whichever belief or whichever faith or no belief, uh, so one can benefit from spiritual teachings.
So is it you're trying to point something on like universal spirituality, like which is I suppose it's different from religious teaching.
Surely, yes. That's what I'm saying. That across all religions, universally they accept that there is one God.
Yes.
Universally they accept that we have to surrender to the will of God. Universally they accept that love thy neighbor as thyself. Universally they accept that we have to love our neighbors.
Yes.
So there are some universal teachings. Universally, all religions accept that we need a guide to show us the path to God. Jesus Christ himself, he became guide for many, many, many of his disciples.
Yes.
Mm. Even in our tradition of Sanatan Dharma, we have Lord Chaitanya, we have Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, different spiritual teachers. In the recent past, we have Prabhupada. So many spiritual teachers have become beacon lights. So these are all common amongst all religions. And there are some differences because, as I was saying, that religions are applied according to time, place, and circumstances. There could be some differences as well.
Absolutely. So, Prabhuji, many individuals or professionals, they struggle to find the true purpose in life. Like they achieve almost everything. They achieve good position, designation, earning good amount of money and all. But then there is a point they feel like, what's the purpose of my life? So, what is your advice to them? Like how to identify this purpose in life?
Two things. One is finding out good association, because association makes a lot of difference. So if someone is interested in finding true purpose in life, so one needs help of people who are endeavoring for the same.
Okay.
He said birds of the same feather, they flock together, right?
Yes.
Something like that. So if we have good association of like-minded people, those who are also endeavoring for finding a true purpose, or putting their energies in realizing that purpose, so it's good to associate with them. That is one thing. Second thing is naturally giving time and energy.
Yes.
So without giving time and energy, nothing happens. If you want to become an IAS officer, you have to put time and energy.
Yes.
If you want to become successful in your business, you have to give time and energy. If you want to nurture your kids with devotion and nurture your kids with love and affection, you have to give time and energy for them.
Yes.
So if I want to develop my inner connection with God, I have to give time and energy for that purpose as well. Time and energy alone is not sufficient. Time and energy along with a good association and the help of scriptures and all, surely. So both these things help us to find our real purpose.
So, Prabhuji, through your different programs or with your own connections, you must be like having conversation with a lot of great leaders, successful people, and all, and so many corporate leaders. So, what is that one thing that most of them they regret in their life, even after achieving that success?
Lack of satisfaction.
Okay, okay,
So some XYZ person may be very successful as far as one's career is concerned, but what is the at what cost is it coming? If it is coming at the cost of one's own soul, like Jesus Christ, he says, then what is the use of having this whole world at the cost of one's own soul? So if it is coming at that cost, then it is not worthy. So many professionals, corporates, politicians, successful people, or failures, so they have a regret that I do not have sufficient satisfaction in my life. I'm doing so much, or I'm not doing anything, whatever. But irrespective of that, I don't have that satisfaction.
even after earning good amount of money or achieving that success.
Fame,
Yeah.
celebrities.
Hmm.
So many celebrities we hear that they commit suicide. Sushant
Yeah.
Singh Rajput, of course, nothing against him. They may be having many reasons. I'm not denying on that. But I'm just giving an example.
Yes, bro.
Just giving an example. We have to be kind to those people who may have difficulties, no doubt. But many celebrities, they're very successful, but then they also come under tremendous pressure, and that's how they succumb to that pressure. So satisfaction is missing, and that satisfaction we get only when we find that inner connection. Therefore, we were speaking about the four wheels.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So vehicle can run smoothly when all the four wheels are balanced. All the four wheels include connection to God, good relationships, professional success, and contribution to society.
So, Prabhuji, if you had only like maybe a minute or something to give the most important advice uh, for anyone, for any individual or professional, uh, what it would be?
While whatever you're doing, you continue doing it. At the same time, add God. Try to make Him as the center of your life. And at the same time, while adding God as the center of your life, also find out those people who have made God as the center of their lives and spend time with them.
Absolutely.